introduction of Professor Adebayo Adejola. Professor Adebayo is a distinguished academic and professional in multidisciplinary expertise in finance and accounting, business finance, forensic and information technology. He holds visiting professorship at both Anan-Accsa and National State University Nigerian. He is the training director, ACCSA Global. He has been crucial in shaping the academic and professional landscape in this field through his extensive research, teaching, and consultancy work. Professor Adejola is a highly regarded fellow of several esteemed academic and professional bodies, including American Accounting Association, AAA, Association of Chartered Certified System Accountants, ACCSA Global, Certified Institute of Business Entrepreneurs, CIB USA, Association of Forensic and Investigative Auditors, AFIA Canada, Association of the National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, CITN, Institute of Chartered Economics of Nigeria, ISO. Professor Adejola holds 3 PhDs from Nigeria, the United Kingdom, the Turks and Caicos Islands in Business Administration, Finance and Accounting, and Forensic Accounting and Audit, respectively. He also earned a professional doctorate degree in economics. A prolific author, he has published over 30 books and more than 75 articles in peer-reviewed locally and internationally. He contributes to the knowledge. His contribution to the knowledge extends to developing over 120 training packages designed to empower both accountants and non-accountants across Asia, Africa, the United States of America, and Europe. Professor Adejola has also supervised the dissertation of over 70 postgraduate students, both within Nigeria and internationally, underscoring his commitment to academic mentorship and development. Professor Adejola is renowned for his ability to formulate and implement strategic initiatives effectively. His strong quantitative, analytical, and problem-solving skills, coupled with his high energy and hands-on approach, make him a valuable asset in any team setting. He is recognized for his strong organizational and planning capabilities, which implements his role as a competent team player. Throughout his career, Professor Adejola has received numerous awards recognizing his academic excellence and contribution to professional practice, including ICANN Prize for Best Overall Graduating Student in Accounting, Cooper and Lee Grant Prize for Best Graduating Student in Auditing and Investigation, Bank of the North Limited Prize for Top Graduate, Olympic Obande and Chu Prize for Best Graduating Student in Taxation. He has also been honored as a honorary mayor president of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, USA, and is listed in the prestigious Who is Who in America, as well as among the top educators in the United States of America 2023/2024. Professor Adejola has held several key academic and administrative roles, including former head of Department of Accounting at Natural State University, Kefi, Nigeria, Director of Governmental and Financial Accounting Research, Gafar Center at Natural State University, Kefi, Nigeria, former head of Department of Accounting at Bingham University, Cairo, Nigeria, accountant, Nigerian Law School, Gwari, Abuja, Nigeria. Head, Internal Control Unit, United Bank of Africa, UBA PLC. His consultancy work and collaboration span various institutions and government bodies, such as Southern University, Louisiana, USA, BSAF Solution, United Kingdom, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC Limited, Kaduna State Government, Nigeria, the Nigerian Army, and the Certified Institute of Business Entrepreneurs, CIB USA. Currently, Professor Adejola chairs the International Relations and Digital Cooperation Committee for Anan. He also serves as the training director for CIB USA. A sought-after speaker and resource person, Professor Adejola regularly presents at international conferences worldwide. It is without further ado, put your hands together as we welcome Professor Adebayo Adejola. Thank you.
Thank you, sirs and mas. We return all the glory to God. And the way I usually put it, maybe it's not included in my profile. Born in Gusau, Zamfara State. And
so we can't hear you. Just a minute.
It should be from your end, yeah? Can you hear me now? 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 Can you hear me?
Yeah. This is on. This is on.
Am I audible? I think they need to mute. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can I go ahead? Can you hear me now? What's happening? Okay. Am I clear now? Can you hear me? All right. I should go ahead. Thank you very much. I said earlier that we return all the glory to God. That profile read, born and brought up Gusau, Zamfara State. It is only God who can do that, and we return all the glory to God. I put it in another way. It is the backing of the extraordinary God that make an ordinary man appear extraordinary. And as long as a man is not stealing the glory, God will keep doing it. We thank God for everything. Sirs and mas, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me very well, I know we have been sitting for quite a while. I want to take a different approach to my paper today. But before we look at that paper, if you check our program of events, you will see that the next paper is titled Artificial Intelligence and Revenue Assurance in Port Operations, Enhancing Transparency and Accountability in the Nigerian Port Authority. Permit me to start my paper by looking at a practical case studies. So we want to see how to apply a particular artificial intelligence tool to solve revenue problem. So I will start with case study so that we can have a practical feel of AI, artificial intelligence. I'm glad that our first speaker have said a lot of things about artificial intelligence. Now, let us introduce one AI tool and see how that AI tool is relevant to what we do in the Port Authority. So if you check your platform, I share that case study. I'm going to also bring it up now, so I will read that case study. Then all of us will launch our browser and we will practically apply the AI tool to solve that problem. Thereafter, once I'm done with my case study, then we'll go back. I will now share my paper. I think it's a better approach. All right. Please, let's see the screen as I share the case study with us. You already have that as well. Practical case study. All right. From the screen, let's check my screen now. See what I share with us on the platform. We have a case study here that we're going to look at that is relevant to what we do in Port Authority. I'm not specific now to Nigerian Port Authority. We are looking at the best global practice, what they do, activities in Port Authority generally. So in this practical this morning, okay, it's morning in the US now, it should be afternoon. It's 5:50 a.m. here, plus 7 hours. It should be 12:50 p.m. in Kigali, Rwanda. Now see my screen. If you can't see the screen, just check. I've shared it on our platform. Practical case study 1, AI-driven detection of hidden revenue leakages in port operations. The scenario: the management of a national port authority has noticed that despite steady growth in cargo traffic over the last 6 months, revenue growth has not increased proportionately. The authorities suspect that some operational inefficiencies or fraudulent practices may be causing hidden revenue losses. Potential risk areas include under declaration of cargo weight, 2, unauthorized traffic discounts, 3, delayed invoicing, 4, uncollected port charges, 5, revenue diversion. Next, cargo classification errors. Then in the case study, you see an AI system has been deployed to analyze operational and financial data to identify unusual patterns. And you can see the statistics or the data collected here. Let's see. We have months: January, February, March, April, May, and June. For cargo volumes, we have for January 45,000. We have 47,000 for February. We have 49,000 for March, 51,000 for April, 53,000 for May, and 55,000 for June. Versus handled 105, 110, 115, 118, 122, and 125. Still expected revenue for January is 9 million, for February 9.5, for March 9.8, for April 10.2 million for dollars, for May $10.6 million, for June 11 million. Now see actual revenue: $8,850,000. For February, $9,250,000. For March, $9,100,000. For April, $9,150,000. For May, $9,250,000. And for June, $9.3 million. If you observe one pattern for this actual revenue, you will notice for all the months, they are less than the expected revenue. Sure, less than expected. Now, number of invoices, we have 2,500, 2,650, then 2,700, 2,850, 3,000, and 3,150. Unpaid invoices, we have 150,000, 180,000, 550,000, all in dollars, USD, $800,000, $1,050,000, then $1,400,000. Now, the question is, how do we deploy the AI system to analyze operational and financial data to identify unusual patterns? This is an open question. What we are saying is, as far as you can analyze, we already have the data, we have the problem. Number one, if there is nothing we have even identified here, we discover that all the actual revenue are less than the expected revenue. So we need to ask questions. What is really happening? Even from the question itself, from the case study, see, say the management of the National Port Authority has noticed that despite steady growth in the cargo traffic over the last 6 months, revenue growth has not increased proportionately. It's just that it's also similar to you make a sale of 1,000 units in January, 2,500 units in February. It keep increasing units. The revenue is not increasing by a proportionate measure. Ladies and gentlemen, for this particular case study, we are going to deploy one of the popular AI tools called ChatGPT. We have many others. By divine grace and election, by virtue of the research I carried out in 2023, when I made up my mind to apply for green card in the US, I knew it then minimum is going to be 1 year wait. I can't travel out of the United States. I embarked on a research in artificial intelligence tools. And within the 10 months when my green card was approved, I was able to discover minimum 24 AI tools relevant for professionals, accountants, and non-accountants. And when I say discover now, it's not just knowing them by name. Each of these AI tools, I'm going to set a real life case study I will apply to see the result. Some of them, when I see the result, I discover errors. I will write the developers of this AI tool. There is a lacuna in this AI tool. I give you an example. I have a question I saw for my student in Nasarawa State University, Kefi, in oil and gas accounting. So I took the same question that I've been solving for more than 10 years for my student on the board. I have the solutions. So I took the same question to one of the AI tools to give me solution, and the solution misleading, incorrect. It's not correct. And it's one of the reasons I now advise professionals and users of artificial intelligence tool that no matter the sophistication of AI tool, the place of human brilliance and ingenuity cannot be overemphasized. It's your ability to know your own rudiments, to know your onions, to know the basic things you need to know in your profession with the human intelligence married with artificial intelligence that will produce the correct result for purpose of decision making. And that's one of the reasons, as we are going to see shortly, when you launch your ChatGPT, there is a caveat there, say ChatGPT make mistakes, but it will take a professional who even know the right thing for him to be able to detect that there is an error or there are errors somewhere. So what we're going to do, very simple. I want us to launch our browsers. If we are connected, I want to believe those of us with laptop, we are connected to the internet there. And those of us who don't have our laptop, you can also use your Android phones, your phones and serve. All right. When I say we should launch our browsers now, let me launch mine. I will launch and share with us. The browser I'm using is Firefox. So if your own is Chrome, you can launch it. As I launch my browser, I'm sharing my screen for us to see it. See my browser here, Firefox. Firefox. If you don't have Firefox, your home may be Chrome or it may be another browser. Just launch it as you want to Google. Now, once you have done this, I want to be sure, don't let me rush this. I want to make it interactive. If you are there, somebody can raise hand that, okay, I've launched my browser. So I won't rush this. I want us to pay rapt attention. Launch your browsers. Now, if you have successfully launched a browser, see what you will do next. You type chatgpt.com. Chat. ChatGPT.com. Please let our coordinators, you can go around, especially for those using ChatGPT for the first time, but I don't want to believe we have any such person here. ChatGPT has been overflowed. That's the most popular AI tool. in this conference, we are going to see some other AI tool that has taken care of the inadequacies of ChatGPT. Very sophisticated one. You can say, okay, what ChatGPT cannot handle, another AI tool can handle it. We're going to see that. So if you have your browsers launch, then you type chatgpt.com and press enter. As soon as you press enter, you will have the ChatGPT platform as you are seeing on my screen here. That is the interface. And see what my own is telling me. It's good to see you, Paul, because I've been using it for a while. Huh? So I will hold on. I will hold on to be sure we are on the same page. We are on the same page. Please, can we go ahead? I need confirmation there. Do we have people on the same page as you can see on the screen? Can we go ahead? Somebody just signify that I am where you are. Go ahead. No, I cannot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our coordinator should go around. That SA, and that's the foreign desk officer and our secretary. All right. Let's pay up attention now. If you are where I am, for the benefit of those using ChatGPT for the first time, check to my left, my cursor. This is new chat. Anytime you want to perform a new task, you click on new chat. It will bring you to the platform we are seeing here, this interface. Anytime you want to search, maybe you have been using your ChatGPT for a while, and you want to search for the tasks you have performed in the time past, you click on this search. When you click on search chat, you type. If you can remember anything about what you have performed in the time past, it will take you straight there. There is also library. There are a lot of things. There are apps because of our time. There is also what we call here projects. Project is where you can create a folder the same way you create folder using your desktop to put all manner of documents in folder. There is provision for that also in ChatGPT. That will not permit us to look at all this stuff. But for today, what we want to do is to first of all give ChatGPT the correct prompting. You can command ChatGPT to act as a professional accountant. So if you look at this, our question, of course, the question is talking about AI-driven detection of hidden revenue leakages in port operation. So you can tell ChatGPT act as a detector or as an analyst in port operations. Just watch what I'm going to do shortly. So we are giving a command to ChatGPT. Just see the command I'm giving now to ChatGPT. I'm telling ChatGPT to act. Are we seeing my screen? See it now. I say act as an AI-powered forensic auditor and port analyst. Please, you can type that in your chat. You are telling ChatGPT, act as an AI-powered forensic auditor and port analyst. Go ahead, type what you are seeing on the screen. Act as an AI-powered forensic auditor and port analyst. I don't just want to overflow the again. You know one thing about AI, prompting, your ability to know the right instruction to give to artificial intelligence will also inform the decision. It will inform what you get back. It's just like the computer principle, GIGO, garbage in, garbage out.
We are
So,
doing the look from the screen.
can you see my screen?
Powered forensic auditors. Look at the
Act,
screen.
act as an AI powered forensic auditor and port analyst. You are telling the ChatGPT to act as an AI-powered forensic auditor and port analyst. So if you have typed that, just press enter or you submit. See, send prompt. This arrow up here is to send your prompt. And as soon as I click on submit, watch what will pop up now. See it here? Act as an AI-powered forensic auditor and port analyst. Immediately I submitted or I press enter. See what I got from this AI system installed. See what ChatGPT is telling me. I don't know what response you have there, but my own is saying certainly I can assume the role of an AI-powered forensic auditor and port analyst, combining expertise in forensic auditing. He's now listing out the various areas he has expertise and he can work. See under my own here, just see my screen. You may not have the same thing on your own ChatGPT because AI tools are plagiarism sensitive. Don't be surprised. After this demonstration, if you go back to ChatGPT again and you ask ChatGPT to act as an AI powered forensic auditor and port analyst, it may not give you exactly what it's giving you now. So different time, you have different. These are part of the inconsistency of AI too. We are not looking at limitation of AI now. See, it's saying forensic auditing, I can help in these various areas to help you in fraud detection and investigation, financial statement manipulation analysis, revenue leakage identification, procurement fraud audit, payroll fraud detection, internal control evaluation. I'm reading from my own screen. Forensic data analysis, anti-money laundering, digital forensic accounting, risk-based auditing. Then there's another subheading. ChatGPT is telling me also that as a port analyst, I can also help in this area, port operation and maritime analytics. And under this, it's telling me I can help in the area of port performance management, cargo throughput analysis, vessel turnaround time assessment, and so on. Then there's another one, AI power capabilities. Using artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analytics, I can assist with revenue leakage detection, fraud analytics, predictive analytics, dashboard, and reporting. And can use the sample areas I can analyze. Scenario one, port revenue leakage investigation. Now, let's leave all this. The most important thing is that you have given the first prompt asking ChatGPT to act as an AI-powered forensic auditor and port analyst. And it's just showing you all the capabilities, what it can do as the forensic auditor and port analyst. The next thing we'll do, let's pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the screen. See my cursor. Can you see a cross sign here? Cross. What I'm going to do next, is to upload that case study. I want to go and upload the case study I shared on the platform. And I just read the same case study now. I shared it on platform in PDF. Watch now. I will go here. You click on this cross sign or plus sign. Then a dialog box will pop up. See my dialog box. It says add photos and files. So I will click on add photos and files. Straight, it will take me to my desktop. So those of us who have our laptop there, you can copy the same case study to your desktop. There's nothing wrong. If your WhatsApp is connected to your desktop, you can also pick straight from the WhatsApp.
So send to the platform. Send to the platform.
It's on the platform now.
Yes, they are downloaded it, sir.
Yes.
All right. See what we are doing now? I will go here, add photos and files. When you click on this, can you see it has taken me straight to my own desktop? So from my desktop, I will go and locate where is this case study on my desktop. I go to my folder, Anan-Accsa Kigali Conference. Then I look out for it. Where is case study? Practical case study 1, AI-driven detection of hidden revenue leakages in port operations. I click that, then I highlight this and select open. So what I've just done, very simple, is to upload the case study itself. The next thing I will now do, I want to now start performing all the relevant analysis that I need to do. And to do that, let's pay attention. Always, when you are using AI tool, you should be making reference to the attachment. See the next instruction. Just watch on the screen. You can put in your own English. You may not have to follow what I've written here. Somebody can just say, using the attached document. That's sufficient. Using the attached document, analyze the data provided, and answer the following question. See what I'm doing now? My own says, reference to the attached document of National Port Authority, analyze the data provided, answer the following questions. But I'm saying you may not put it the way I've put my own. You can just say, using the attached document, answer the following questions. You don't need to analyze. The AI tool will know what to do. Using the attached document, you can say analyze the data provided and answer the following questions. If you don't want to do that, just simply type, using the attached document, answer the following questions. It's sufficient. So that we won't say it has to be exactly this. Now, what are the questions which I'm going to share with us now? Because of our time, I'm going to type see the questions. Let's watch. I advise us in real life, this one we are doing demonstration. That's why I'm taking 4 questions at a time. But when you are using any AI tool and you are not under pressure or there is no time frame, it is better you do it 1 question at a time so you can get the maximum result. But look at my questions here. Reference to the attached document of National Port Authority, analyze the data provided, and answer the following questions. See our question 1. Calculate the monthly revenue. Okay, don't worry. Let me just do it 1 at a time. Let me take it 1 at a time so I won't rush everything. The first task you want this AI to do for you is to calculate the monthly revenue leakage. It's monthly revenue leakage, which is defined as what? Expected revenue minus actual revenue. So the first task is you are asking the AI tool to help you calculate the monthly revenue leakage. There's revenue leakage somewhere. And see what I'm going to get here. Once you type this question, you send your prompt or press enter. Let's watch. In less than 30 seconds, can you see the solution? Revenue leakage is calculated as expected revenue minus actual revenue. See the solution. Using the data provided in the case study, see the month of January up to June, expected revenue, actual revenue. See the revenue leakage, the fourth column there. That means January, we had a leakage of $150,000. February, $150,000. March, 700. Yes. The April, $1,050,000. All things being equal, we should all have the same answer. We should have the same answer. But then let me let me draw your attention to one inconsistency of ChatGPT or AI. We have had a conference like this in the US that I gave a quantitative case study to participants. And when they submitted, honestly, some of them have different results, different results, different results, different results.
That way, to save yourself, or you will now upload it on the chat.
Are we there? I don't want to rush it. So, see our results. I'm still doing only number one. Total revenue leakage for 6 months.
One house, one house.
Total revenue leakage for 6 months. Can you see it has added everything? So within 6 months, from this AI installed system, a total of 5,100,000 revenue leaked.
One house.
And again, we have key observations. My own tool here has given observations. You may not have exactly what I have now in analysis or whatever. Told us ChatGPT or AI to generally is plagiarism sensitive. So you should not expect the same result or the same interpretation. Like for my own key observations, leakage remained minimal in January and February. That's the analysis. A significant spike occurred in March where leakage increased to $700,000. The leakage continued to worsen from April to June, despite increasing cargo volumes, increasing vessels handled, increasing number of invoices. Can you see that? The analysis. June recorded the highest leakage of $1.7 million, representing, see it here, 15.45%, 1.7 over 11 million. The pattern suggests possible revenue diversion. Now you see the analysis now. The pattern suggests possible revenue diversion, unauthorized discount, delayed billing, uncollected charges, cargo misclassification, or under declaration of cargo volumes. AI-driven audit red flag. Do you notice that I only asked ChatGPT to just calculate the leakages, but he has gone forward to even analyze. AI-driven audit red flag. Increasing revenue leakage closely mirrors the growth in unpaid invoices. In unpaid invoices, can you see in unpaid invoices? Someone is requesting that we reshare that case study that he joined late, so I'm resharing. Okay. Now, the strong relationship indicates that uncollected port charges and ineffective receivables management may be major contributors to the hidden revenue leakages. Conclusion: the National Port Authority experienced an estimated total revenue leakage of 5.1 million US dollars over the 6-month period, with the most severe losses occurring from March to June. That is number two. Now, number one, I now want to ask this AI-driven system that's been installed to do another thing. Please, let's follow it carefully. See the second question. See the second question here. Identify trends in revenue leakages over the 6-month period. Trends, the movement. And as soon as I put this, identify trends in revenue leakages over the 6-month period. Identify trends in revenue leakages over the 6-month period. Then I submit. Let's watch what we're gonna get. See the trend. Trend analysis of revenue leakages over the 6-month period. It has calculated it. Using the revenue leakage figures calculated from the case study data, see revenue leakage increase. When we say trend now, it's now breaking it down. That between, see January increase nil, February nil, 0%, because it was the same amount, the difference. But between February and March, revenue leakage has increased by 366.7%. And between March and April, 50% increase. April and May, 28% increase. Then June, 25.9% increase. Then the key trends identified, you see the analysis also follows if you have. So real detail analysis here. We are going to share this recorded video. We're going to share it so we can, my time is almost up here. I will take maybe 2 more, then I will share also on our platform some other question you can go and work after this meeting. Some other things you can do. The next one, question number 3. I'm putting question 3 now. Watch. Determine whether cargo growth correspond with revenue growth. Continuation. See it here. I've submitted. Determine whether cargo growth correspond with revenue growth. So to determine whether cargo growth correspond with revenue growth, we compare the trend in cargo volumes with actual revenue over the 6-month period. And see it here, cargo volume, see the actual revenue. Then cargo volume versus actual revenue trend. See something. Cargo volume increased steadily while actual revenue showed only marginal growth with a chart. See the chart. So it's not only quantitative, you can also see it in graphical form. Growth analysis is also done. Cargo volume growth, 22%. Actual revenue growth, 5.6%. Then actual revenue increased by only 5.08% over the same period. There is a problem. See the forensic audit interpretation already given. The evidence indicates that cargo growth does not correspond proportionately with revenue growth. See it now. Cargo volume increased by 22.22%. Actual revenue increased by only 5.08%. Revenue leakage rose from $150,000 to $1.7 million. So these are the last question. Let me see another question we can look at. See question 4, you can look at this question as well. See another question here. It says, access whether unpaid invoices are contributing to leakage. See, ordinarily, without analysis, somebody will look at the case study and say, yes, it contributes. When invoices are not paid, where do you expect us to get revenue? But let's see what AI will do for us now. It will not just say yes, it will analyze with evidences, or at least an evidence. Access whether unpaid invoices are contributing to the leakage. See the solution coming up. See something. See the way AI is answering me. As a forensic auditor, one of the first tests is to compare the trend in unpaid invoices with the trend in revenue leakage. If both move together, there is a strong likelihood that unpaid invoices are contributing significantly to the losses. So you now provide the data. See comparative analysis. Revenue leakage for January to June, we have seen that. Unpaid invoices we are given. Then the last column is unpaid invoices as percentage of leakage. Can you see for January 100%, for February 120%, and so on? It means that there is a strong correlation between unpaid invoices and revenue leakage. Let's scroll. Key findings. Can you see that? Key findings. Number 1, unpaid invoices increased dramatically. See the unpaid invoices. January 150,000, June 1.4 million. The increase, difference between 1.4 and 150, 1,250,000. Percentage increase, 833.3%. Then leakage and unpaid invoices follow the same pattern. That's what we have in this graphical illustration or tabular illustration. Majority of leakage can be explained by unpaid invoices. When invoices are not paid, where are we going to see the revenue? That's the question. But I want to go straight now. I'm still scrolling. AI power forensic interpretation. The data strongly suggests that unpaid invoices are a major contributor to the revenue leakage problem. Possible causes include operational causes, such as weak debt collection procedures, delayed follow-up on overdue invoices, ineffective receivables management, poor customer credit assessment. Then control weaknesses, inadequate monitoring of outstanding invoices, lack of automated reminders and escalation controls, fraud risk indicators. Forensic auditors' conclusion: yes, unpaid invoices are significantly contributing to the revenue leakage. The evidence shows unpaid invoices increased from $150,000 to $1.4 million. Ladies and gentlemen, SARS and MAS, I'm going to share some other questions. So at your own leisure time, you can work on others. But what I'm going to do next, I'm going to just send one last one, which says, and let me put that one here as I'm typing, flag any month. See something? Flag any month requiring urgent investigation. As an auditor, as an accountant, or as an investigator, maybe something is putting into inquiry. But instead of wasting time to look at the whole scenario, the whole month, you are saying flag any month requiring urgent investigation. Flag any month, then I submit. Flag any month requiring urgent investigation. See it here. As an AI-powered forensic auditor, months requiring urgent investigation are those exhibiting abnormally high revenue leakages, sharp increases in unpaid invoices, weak correlation between cargo growth and revenue growth, significant deviations from expected revenue. Based on the data provided, the following months should be prioritized for investigation. See them here. January, risk level low. February, risk level low. March, high. Can you see high? Immediate investigation. April, unpaid invoices 800,000, very high, urgent investigation. May, unpaid invoices critical, urgent investigation. June, unpaid invoices 1.4 million, critical, highest priority investigation. So you can see the way AI has categorized it. So if your interest is to see the month that require flagging and immediate attention, once you submit this, it is June, the month of June. See, January, the analysis has been done, low risk. February, low risk. March, high priority investigation. Then he's giving us the reason. April, urgent investigation. And he said the red flags. Leakages exceeded 1 million for the first time. May, critical investigation. Leakages increased to 1.35 million. And June, highest priority investigation. Red flags, highest revenue leakage 1.7 million, highest unpaid invoice 1.4 million. Why June is critical? That is all. This is where we stop for this practical demonstration. And in another 10 minutes, I'll just flip through my slide. 10 minutes, max 13 minutes. I can assure us I will not exceed 15 minutes. If slideshow, now on the screen, is the theory. We have seen the practical. Let's now go back to the theory that formed the basis for practice. Revenue intelligence and revenue assurance in port operations, enhancing transparency and accountability in the Nigerian Port Authority. Opening quotes. I'll be as fast as possible. What gets measured gets managed, and what gets monitored intelligently gets optimized. By implication, that quote is telling us if you cannot measure it, if you cannot quantify it in naira terms or in dollars terms or in pounds terms, then you cannot manage it. It may be freely available. Revenue is the lifeblood. Revenue is the lifeblood of public institutions. Another way they put it in financial management, they will say finance is the life wire of an organization. Effective revenue assurance strengthens governance, and artificial intelligence is transforming revenue management globally. At the end of this presentation, we say we understand revenue assurance, appreciate AI application, examine AI tools, explore strategies, and we see how to prepare maritime institution for AI-driven governance. Then, by way of overview, we say major revenue sources of port include ship dues, cargo handling charges, harbor fees, pilotage fees, concession fees, storage charges, terminal charges, licensing, and permits. And we say observation, ports generate enormous volumes of transactions daily. The strategic importance of revenue assurance. We say the strategic importance of revenue assurance. Revenue assurance means ensuring that all legitimate revenues are accurately billed, collected, recorded, and reported. The objective is to prevent leakages, to improve collections, to strengthen accountability, and enhance financial sustainability. Then we say we have revenue assurance challenges in public sector institutions. Common challenges include manual processes, weak controls, data fragmentation, human error, fraud and corruption, delayed reporting, and the consequences of this include revenue losses, reduced public confidence, then poor service delivery. Revenue risk in port operation. The risk include underbilling of services. When you underbill, you have exposed yourself to the risk of having the highest possible revenue, because risks mean different things to different people. So a financial manager, for example, risk is the probability that the expected return will be different from the actual return. To a prophet, for example, risk is the probability that his prophecy or prediction will not come to pass. and to the auditor. Risk is the probability that the auditor will issue an unqualified audit report, whereas he ought to have issued a qualified audit report. Let's leave definition of risk. So here, the risks associated to port operation is underbilling of services, unauthorized waivers, manipulation of cargo records, revenue diversion, duplicate transactions, concession payments, default. Then we say example, cargo discharge may exceed cargo recorded for billing purpose. What is artificial intelligence? If you ask me to define AI in a simple term, I will just tell you AI is machine mimicking human brain or human intelligence, so that tasks that are before now performed by machine are now by human being are now performed by machine. That's one way to define artificial intelligence. We say AI refers to system capable of learning from data, recognizing patterns, making predictions, supporting decisions. And the core AI technology include machine learning, natural language processing, robotic process automation, and predictive analytics. Why AI matters for revenue assurance. AI enables real-time monitoring, automated reconciliation, anomaly detection. You detect, as we saw in that practical demonstration, predictive insight, fraud prevention. By God's grace, tomorrow during my presentation, we'll look at another AI tool that will enable us to predict. That's data, predictive analytics. Key message: AI shifts institution from reactive control to proactive assurance. Traditional revenue management versus AI-powered system. If you do it the old way, the traditional way we do it, manual reviews. How many documents can we review manually? Then periodic audits, you do audit every time. But when you have an AI-powered installed system, is as the occasion demand. Is as the transaction occur. Then limited transaction coverage, delayed detection. Then the AI power system, can you see continuous monitoring, full data analysis, instant alerts, predictive capabilities. Then we have the next one, data sources for AI import operations. Data sources include vessel traffic systems, financial systems, concession agreements, cargo manifest, custom databases, billing records, payment system. What we are saying here, what are the various sources of data for AI import operation? Because the data must come from somewhere before you say you want to analyze the data. Here are some of the sources of data for analysis. Then we say here, observation. AI becomes more powerful when multiple databases are integrated. Next slide, AI power revenue analytics. See, AI can analyze revenue trends, that's the power of AI, collection efficiency, customer behavior, seasonal variations, transaction anomalies. I want to say, for example, AI detects unusual declines in vessel charges despite increased port traffic. We saw that in our practical demonstration. Automated billing and revenue collection. AI can support automatic invoice generation, traffic calculations, payment verification, exception handling, and the benefits include reduced errors, faster processing, improved transparency. We're almost there. Real-time revenue monitoring. The features of this system: live dashboard, automated alerts, revenue tracking. That's what we call a real time. As the transaction is happening, is being captured. Then performance indicators. I will say example here include management monitor, daily revenue collections across all ports in real time. Not what we practice in those days when I work. Is it UBA? Yeah, I was in UBA 1999, 2000, UBA Area 3, Gariki, Abuja. There was a time we practiced what is called batch processing. They collect all tellers from customers during the day. Then when the bank door is closed, they will now bring all these tellers. That's when we'll be doing call over in my unit, internal control unit. But now with the advent of digital tools and AI is as the transaction is happening, you are seeing all the analysis relevant. Revenue leakage detection using AI. AI detects missing transactions. So the power of AI is enormous. Underpayment, duplicate invoices. As long as you have the soft copy of the document, AI can do all this. And ladies and gentlemen, sirs and ma, if you see all these things I've listed here that AI can do, the most important thing, therefore, with AI is the ability of professionals or users to know the right prompting, to know the right instruction to give to AI. Once you give the right instruction, you get the right result. Garbage in, garbage out, the Gigo principle. No wonder today in the US, I give example of a university, Louisiana State University. They offer masters, online masters in AI prompting. They are not teaching you that they have ChatGPT. What they are focusing there is how to generate the right instruction, which is called prompt for AI. AI detects suspicious waivers, revenue mismatches, and we have example, AI identify cargo volumes that exceed amount billed. Predictive analytics for revenue forecasting. We have predictive models that AI can predict using cargo volume, ship traffic, revenue growth, seasonal demand. We are going to see another AI tool other than ChatGPT tomorrow, how we can use it to predict in the port authority. AI and fraud detection, common fraud schemes. We have revenue diversion. AI can help you detect all this. False declaration, unauthorized discount, manipulation of record, collusion among staff. Then the AI techniques include pattern recognition, pattern, anomaly detection, risk scoring. AI can analyze and give you all this.
And the top condition, some people they laugh.
We leave, we leave the case studies. Then we say enhancing transparency through AI. AI improves transparency by maintaining audit trails, recording all transactions, reducing manual intervention, providing real-time reports. Then strengthening accountability in port administration. How do we strengthen accountability? Here we talk about accountability mechanisms, segregation of duties, automated approvals, digital signatures, continuous monitoring, the independent audits. We all have this slide. AI enables smart ports. Characteristics of smart port. You know what smart port? Just like smart screen, smart city, smart homes, everything digital based. So smart port, very, very possible. We have automated cargo handling, digital payment, AI-driven logistics, Internet of Things sensors, integrated information system. These are the characteristics of a port authority that is now digitally inclined. That's what we call it smart port. Global examples, if you check the port of Singapore, they have a smart port there. Port of Rotterdam, then Port of Hamburg. We are just giving global examples of smart ports. This one have deployed the relevant digital tools. Imagine technology supporting revenue assurance, artificial intelligence, the last speaker mentions all these, blockchain technology, big data analytics, Internet of Things, cloud computing. Challenges of AI adoption. One, poor data quality. Two, legacy systems. Three, cybersecurity risk. Four, shortages. Skills. Resistant to change. Some of us don't want change. I'm not talking of port authority now. Generally, the average human being has an inherent dislike for a change. Yet, the only thing permanent in life is change. Until we change the process, the product and the result will remain the same. When funding limitation is another limitation, another challenge. Then cybersecurity and data governance has risk, including data breaches, unauthorized access, system manipulation. So how do we control all the risk associated with cybersecurity and data governance? Encryption. when we talk of encryption here, when you send your information or data, there is a way you can password it so that if another person even intercept it, they cannot see the content of what you have sent, especially when you operate within one wide area network. Then we have access control, multi-factor authentication, continuous monitoring. As I conclude, competencies required for accountants, future skills. The accountant of the future is expected to have the following skills: data analytics, AI literacy, digital auditing, cybersecurity awareness, business intelligence tools. The accountant of the future must be digitally competent. Roadmap for AI adoption in Nigerian Port Authority. You want to adopt AI in MPA, see the roadmap. Number one is digitize revenue processes. The next step will be integrate databases. That's connect your databases with the digitized revenue process or AI, that's the AI technology you are deploying. Then deploy analytic tools. Implement AI-powered monitoring. That's step 4. Then train personnel continuously. Learning is a continuous process. Somebody say the literate of the 21st century is not somebody who cannot read or write, but someone who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. The meaning is that there may be a time that you need to empty yourself of the old ways you know or you have been using in order to align new way of doing things. Then the last one is review and improve system. Policy recommendations: deploy AI-enabled revenue assurance systems, integrate port financial databases, strengthen internal controls and audit systems, build digital capacities among accountants, promote transparency and open reporting, establish AI governance policies. Key takeaways. Number one, revenue assurance. Revenue assurance is critical to sustainable port operations. Number two, intelligence systems. Intelligence systems reduce revenue leakages. Number three, smart ports. Smart ports rely on integrated data system. Number four, AI transparency. AI improves transparency and accountability. 5, predictive analytics. Predictive analytics strengthens planning. And lastly, future-ready accountants. Future-ready accountants require digital competencies. And it's one of the reasons I will admonish us. I think later, is it tomorrow, they will tell us about ACCSA Global. That is the body here in the United States that is handling anything digital in accounting, finance, auditing, business, and other related fields. So that when you become a member of that body, you are referred to as a digital accountant, where you are empowered not only for your organization, but to as well prepare you for consulting work when you retire. Tired and not tired, retire but not tired, so that you can become consultant to both public and private sector. We are going to hear more about that tomorrow. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence does not eliminate accountability. It strengthens it through transparency, traceability, and timely insight. Thank you once again for your attention. It's time for question and answer. We'll stop here.
Please, any questions? Questions? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we should go for tea break. Time is past 10.
Yes. So for some of us that have not had our tea break, we can just quickly have something. Are you all good?
Yeah.
No.
Please, you can go.
You can just speak it and come back to the book.
Yes.
So we can save time.
We set time to ask him more.
Well, we just have 20 minutes for that. So the next presenter.
They can pick it into the hall, can pick it and